Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. This video is long awaited. I know you guys have been hanging on for a while now, so ready to know her name. My older daughter Kinsley really wants to tell you guys her name, so I'm gonna have her come in. If you're new here, my name is Keely. This is Mason. We're revealing her name in a minute. This is our third daughter, and then we have a 4-year-old daughter named Kinsley, and we have a 2-year-old daughter named Aria. I got the girls these adorable shirts for this video since we're revealing Mommy's third baby girl's name. And what's your name?
Kinsley.
Kinsley. Do you want to tell them her name?
So this is baby Isla, and she's so cute.
Baby Isla. She's yawning. Kinsley's such a good big sister. You're the best. She's so lucky to have you. She's your little twin. She looks just like Kenny.
Her nickname is Mini Kenny.
Mini Kenny. She is so perfect. Aw. Ready? Oh, is that your baby sissy?
My baby.
Oh, it's your baby? Okay, ready? Sit. Can you
She's
push
like,
her?
I'm ready.
Can you push her all the way back on the couch?
All right, sit back.
Kenny, do you know what's crazy? Is you held Aria on this couch, and Aria was a newborn baby, and she sat on this couch.
Mommy, nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Ari loves to show her all of her toys. Not her little bow.
So we're gonna tell you guys like why we chose her name, and also tell you guys her middle name. I think we forgot to say
Yeah,
that
we never
earlier.
told you guys the middle name, which is funny because we changed it last minute.
Yeah.
Like last minute.
So her name is Isla, and Isla, I have loved the name for years, since before we had Kinsley. And I actually was going to name Kinsley Isla, but then I ended up changing it. But I still was in love with the name. I just love the name so much, and the reason we didn't like go ahead and use it with Kinsley is because of the spelling. So the traditional way to spell Isla is I-S-L-A, and the S is silent, and it was a very, very uncommon name.
Yeah.
A few years ago, like no one's ever heard the name. I heard it one time, and the reason I heard it was because I was actually nannying a family back when I was like 15 years old, or I was babysitting, and I babysat these 2 kids, and their cousin came over, and her name was Isla, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is the prettiest name. I've never heard that before, and she was such a cute little baby. And so I told Mason, I was
Which
like,
is funny because now
I'm
she's
going-
like 7 years old.
yeah, I'm going to name our baby girl Isla, and Mason really liked it too at the time.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just always kept it in the back of my head, but we just couldn't decide on the spelling because we just thought people would call her Isla, because Isla at that time was like very, very uncommon. And so we just didn't want her being called Isla. And then Isla just kind of looked like Illa too. Like,
yeah, I didn't like that.
yeah, it just looked too short. And it just didn't look correct. So we ended up just naming our first daughter Kinsley. And then with Aria, our second daughter, we still like loved the name, but we ended up doing Aria because of the spelling still. With this baby, Isla actually has been starting to get a little bit more popular, and people are like understanding when they look at the name, like how to pronounce it, because it is getting more popular, and people like know how to pronounce it now since it is getting a little bit more common. And it's crazy because I think we've only had one person pronounce it wrong this entire time. Like everyone knows how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Kinsley
So-
actually goes to school with the little girl named Isla, so
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just over all these years, it's like always been in the back of our head, and we've always wanted
Yeah.
to use it, and at this point,
We've always been like attached to the name. We've always just like loved it, but we've never like committed.
yeah, and also I guess like a very small side note, we're probably running out of names at this point because we just keep having a bunch of girls. But
Yeah.
we honestly do love the name.
Yeah,
And we've kind of gotten used to it too because it's always been there for so long now that like Isla's just been the name we're used to.
Like, we're not trying to give her a name that's like, oh, that was gonna be your almost name, Kinsley. Like, we don't want it to feel like a recycled name that like we just like used.
Yeah.
But Isla has just always been so meaningful to us. Isla was the piece that was always like missing from the puzzle. I just feel like her name was meant to be used. We were meant to have another girl. Like, that's the reason why.
So we were
Isla
always
has
meant to
stuck
have
around.
an Isla.
Yeah.
We just didn't know when.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now is like the perfect time. Everything just kind of fell into place.
Yeah, and when I
So-
looked at her for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, like she's 100% an Isla. But anyways, we just never want her to feel like, oh, that was gonna be Kinsley's name, oh, that was gonna be Arya's name. Like, Isla is so special to us. And Isla also means island.
Yeah.
And
Which is cool.
yeah,
So-
Mason and I are like huge ocean lovers. Like, if I could be anywhere, it would be on the beach.
Yeah.
I just love her name. It's so beachy. So
And then to like put the little cherry on top, her middle name, I don't know if you want to say it.
is
It's Cove. So that's also like kind of playing into the part of like the ocean theme. So Isla Cove. We were going to do Isla May.
You can explain like why.
Because Kaylee's always called me May. That's like my nickname.
Yeah, if you guys have noticed in the vlogs, if you follow along.
Yes, I mean we've been like like when we were just friends, like that was kind of my nickname. So
Yeah, and so like it stuck, and it's hard for me to call him Babe because I've been calling him May for
so
so
long.
long. We've been dating for 8 years, but like I knew Mason years prior to that, so like
yes,
it's just
like,
something that's stuck. And
since like 7th grade. So
yeah, since 7th grade, so it's really hard for me to break that habit.
yeah, so it's really it's just I don't know, it's different, but it's just how we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kaylee's great grandma, her middle name is also May. So that was like kind of also why we were gonna do it. Our anniversary is on May, and
Is in May.
is in May. I don't know, whatever. So our anniversary is in May, and if you guys haven't noticed, all of our kids' birthdays are about the same time. They're all February.
And that's not planned. That's
It's not planned, but if you do some quick math, 9 months before then would be May.
So all of them were conceived
So-
in May, which is really funny.
Yeah, so basically I get her pregnant every other year on our anniversary. And this is not planned. We wanted to have Isla during the summertime. We were trying to go for the other side of the year. But
Or
for
October. We wanted May. We wanted to have her actually in May,
yes.
or we wanted to have her in October.
Yeah, we wanted something different, okay? But for whatever reason, we weren't getting pregnant.
I only get pregnant in May.
Yeah, she wasn't getting pregnant, and then our anniversary came around, and then somehow, some way, I don't know what happened, but she got pregnant in May. So
May's just our
May's-
month. May
May's-
is very meaningful to us, and so we were going to do May.
we did May.
But
But then Cove was always like the other option, and that's like really meaningful because like I proposed to Kaylee on the ocean, we got married in the ocean. We pretty much love the
say
ocean.
it again. You said in. You said in the ocean, or I don't know what you said.
Who
On the
cares?
ocean.
So Cove is like really meaningful because I actually proposed to Kaylee on the beach in the ocean, and we got married on the beach at the ocean, and we pretty much just love the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Like
if we could live on the ocean, we would.
I would love
We
to
just
have
don't
like,
have the money.
like an oceanfront property would be
Yeah.
sick. But we just love it, and it's
That's
really pretty.
where like
so
our hearts belong.
yeah,
is
like
at the
Cove,
ocean.
it's like kind of oceany.
In May is very cute, but it's also very common. And I thought Isla Cove like really went together, and it was unique and it was different. Isla's name's a little bit more popular now, like how I was saying, but it's not too popular yet.
Even the
and
nurses
Cove like made it more unique. And I just thought Kinsley, Aria, and Isla all went so well together. Honestly, Aria and Isla sound like twin names. They really do. And then Aria Rose and Isla Cove. I just think that they sound very like similar. And Kinsley Faith. But anyways, I just really love short names right now. Like, I don't know why, but like I wanted a shorter name for her. Whereas with Kinsley, like I wanted a longer name.
Okay.
She is just so perfect. But anyways, her name is very meaningful to us, and we hope you guys like it. I know some of you guys might not, because everyone has different baby name tastes.
Oh, another thing. In all of our name videos of like the names that we like but we won't be using, we've said the name over and over. It's like a hint. We
have been saying this name since day one when I was pregnant with Kinsley. So I'll try and find the videos and attach them if I can find them. Of us saying we love the name Isla. We've just always loved it. My second probably top choice would be Isla. And Isla was going to be Kinsley's name. Her name was going to be Isla Faith.
Yeah, so also the nurses at the hospital, when we were telling them like the name we were planning to use was Isla, they're saying they've only delivered a couple babies with that name. Lately, every single one of them were like, oh, that's a really pretty name. It's so uncommon. Like, I've only seen it a couple times. Yeah. So that was perfect. That's like what we wanted to hear. It's common enough to where like people are gonna get the name right. I mean, some people are always gonna get her name wrong. But it won't be very common, I don't think. But my name is Kaylee, and you would think that people would call me Kaylee, but a lot of people don't pronounce the A in my name, which is crazy because there's an A there, but like there's an S there. So, you know, like people get mixed up, but a lot of people call me Kylie, like to this day. I don't know how you mess that up. I understand saying Isla more than saying Kylie. I know. But regardless, people will probably mess up your name in life. Yeah. And like I get called Varney every day. Yeah, our last name is Varney, and people call us Barney all the time. That's something I've had to live with my whole life. It's quite annoying, let me tell you. But anyways, I hope you guys like the name. If you don't, I'm sorry. I know everyone has different like baby name tastes. Like I hate some of the names Mason throws at me, and he hates some of the names I throw. A lot of them. He hates 99% of names that I throw at him, so he's the pickiest name person ever. Hence why we ended up going back to our original name we loved. Yeah. Because every other name I said no. And this was the only name we pretty much agreed on, so. Yeah, so our little Isla Cove, and it is the cutest thing ever when Kinsley says her name too, so. Yeah. So adorable. Yeah, she's like the sweetest baby. Isla's so good. Anyways, we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And the next video, what will the next video be? I think the next video will be bringing our newborn baby home from the hospital. So stay tuned for that video. Yep. Bye, guys. Comment down below your middle name. Let's see what you got.